everybody, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. The card I have for you today is super quick, super beautiful, and I think you're really going to love it. But before we get going on it, it's because it's so quick, I'm going to take a couple of seconds to talk about just some random things, I guess, and try to pull it all together here. So if you're watching this when this posts, which is November 15th, cross my fingers, whenever you record stuff ahead of time and hope to post, you just, God's plans and all. But that would be the last day of the seasonal sale that has gone from the 13th to the 15th. So the sale hasn't even started yet as I post this. But the bundles, the designer series paper that are in this catalog are 20% off, and then 10% off most of the inks, which includes our pads, our refills, our markers, our blends, that kind of stuff, and 10% off cardstock. So that is what's happening today. The card I'm using today has cardstock on it. That'd be about the only thing that's on my card today that's on sale. But, it's a Christmas card, and the sale's on the annual catalog, so we'll do that with it. So before I go on the Christmas card, I'm going to show you, this is not the finished version. This is a mock-up of the project that we'll have mailed out. I was going to mail today, which is Monday, the 10th, I think, the 11th. But it's Veterans Day, and I forgot the post office was closed. So for those of you in the Sentimental Christmas class, this is what's coming. By the time this posts, again, you will have your video. But it's a little box like that. Now, I've had so many people say, I'm not in your club. Can you show me how to make the tree? I didn't do the Sentimental Christmas. Can you show me how to do the tree? Those are perks, right? For the people who paid for the class and are in my club. But because I realized that there are a lot of you that have asked, what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer those videos, which are not ready yet. I'll try to get the club video ready a little earlier, and then those of you in club will get it as well as part of your perk on how I did the trees for both. And then I will have an offer that you can purchase the videos to do this box and the other one, which includes the two styles of trees. At this point, there's two styles. And then as you saw, the little pop-ups in both of the boxes. So I will have that ready. Hopefully by the end of the week, by the time this video is up, I'll have at least where you can register for the class. Now the videos might not be ready. The club one definitely isn't ready because that one's in total mock-up stages. I have little trees everywhere. But I will offer that as a class. And because it will just be the class, you won't get anything in the mail. You'll have to buy all of the materials because, again, it was a perk if you took the class. And it was a free class, but you had to buy the Sentimental Christmas Suite or are in my card club. And now that offer has passed as well. So you won't get anything, but you can learn how to make them. So that will be coming. And at first I was like, no, but then y'all kept asking. I was like, and part of it's not that I want to be mean, and part of it is that it's the perk, but it's a busy time of year. And to have one more thing, I was like, So let's look at some other Christmas cards. Today I'm going to use some of our glimmer paper. So I wanted you to see this beautiful card, and all the glimmer. So most of this, I didn't realize that all of these had glimmer to start out with. They have glimmer paper. Almost all of these you can find the tutorial on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't made your Christmas cards yet, time's a-wasting. You better get on there. And just because the stuff that's on sale is during the seasonal sale, I have some extra added goodies. You don't have to just put sale stuff in your order, right? You can combine it with all kinds of stuff. So this is one of the ones that posted earlier this week on the weekend. So I did 3 cards that used the crystal effects. Oh, where's the other one? Well, I should have put all of the cards here that I've done, and those are over, I guess, where I took the photos of them. So today I'm using the glitter paper, and I'm using the decorative tree dies, which I also used on this card. So I'm going to use the Snowy Scenes paper. So it's this paper here. It's a lovely color palette. There's so much you can do with it. That little shaker card I just showed you actually has that die from this suite in it. But I'm going to use the decorative tree dies, which are in the catalog. They were not available, but they should be back soon. They're also part of the Sentimental Christmas class. See, you miss. When you don't take something, sometimes you can miss something fabulous. And I always don't know what's going to be fabulous when I make the class, because a lot of times when I advertise the class, it's not yet been designed, because I kind of work with what I go. So we have Petal Pink. This is on sale. You can get all the cardstocks on sale. And then here's the piece of the Snowy Wonder Designer Series paper. So it's petal pink and white. And then I have a piece of the glimmer paper here. And then I have another piece of petal pink and another piece of petal pink. So that's all this card takes. And you could do it obviously in any color scheme. It just really needs to match your Designer Series paper, whichever colored cardstock you use. So here is, that's not this tree. I'm going to do the snowflake tree in the glimmer paper. I'm going to do the solid tree in the petal pink. And then this is from the season of green and gold. So if you're in card club, then you likely have that. Let me run these through my die cut machine. Okay, so I've cut these out. When it's on glimmer paper, you want to make sure that you go at least back and forth to make sure you cut through. It's not difficult to cut through, but it is more paper. Now for this snowflake one, I found it was easier to poke out the pieces that are supposed to poke out while I was kind of holding it here, because then it starts them coming. See, you can see this piece right here. It's easy to think it's part of the tree because it's big, but it's not, and it's supposed to come out. So if I hold my paper in here and just pull up on that, then you get that whole section out without having to kind of fight with it. You could use adhesive sheets on this. My hands are so dry, and I can't put lotion on them right before I film, otherwise I get fingerprints on my cardstock. It's that time of year, right? The only saving grace about it, which is not really, but my grandmother had horribly dry. I loved my grandma. I adored my grandma, and her skin was like this in the winter. And you know, when you're 20 years old, you're like, oh, that's kind of nasty, grandma, put some lotion on. So the one good thing about it, which is not really good, but every time I see my hands, I'm reminded of my grandmother, who I dearly loved. So I guess she passed it on to me so I could remember her. I'll pop these out. This is the shepherd's hook. It's part of the add-on tips for your take your pick tool. It's my favorite tip. I love this tip. So there we go. I wanted you to see me actually do it, because sometimes I know people look at the intricate dies and they're like, yeah, no. So now I'm going to take my little banner here and my white pad. You could do it in Versamark. And this Merry Christmas is from the reindeer suite in the catalog, but I wanted one that was long. This kind of fit the card that I was doing, and I'm going to put it here and then stamp that. So you could leave it like that, but the white doesn't show up very well, right? And I didn't want to add a darker color. I most certainly didn't want to put black on this card because I wanted to keep it light and airy and just the two colors. It's really monochromatic because it's just white with the petal pink. So I'm going to take my white embossing powder and then let's heat set this. Now you can see that a whole lot better than you could when it was just the white ink. I started stamping over 30 years ago, and Christmas cards were what I did the most at the time. And heat embossing was, you know, the wow factor of it. It was about the only wow factor we had back then, unless you want to count when a couple of years later the rainbow pads came out. But I always heat embossed my Christmas cards. I think they just kind of call for it. So I'm going to pop this up. I'm going to use this little offcut here of dimensionals, the little strip, because it fits perfect on here. And then I'm going to mount this just like that. I'm going to flip this over and just use my snips, because I don't need that. I just wanted to have the nice little banner, and I didn't want to have to cut it. Then let's grab our solid tree. It's going to go here. And then I'm going to use my fine tip glue since I didn't use my adhesive sheets. It's one way or the other. The adhesive sheets make this a tiny bit more, not difficult, it takes a little bit more time to pull them apart if you choose to go that route, because you got to pull it off between all these little bits. The fine tip glue works fine, and it will hold it all down. So just get it on some of the larger parts of the snowflakes and on some of the edges of the tree. And as long as there's glue on it, probably on a quarter of it, it holds. And this just layers right over the top. And then I always like to take one of my blocks and just put it there for a second for about the amount of time, especially the older you get. I can do it pretty quickly because I do it all day long. But for most of you, the amount of time it's going to take you to put the top back on your liquid glue is about how long it takes for this to grab hold. See? And I did mine pretty quick. So if you were taking a little bit longer. Then I have my, oh goodness, there's not much on here. Oh, there's enough though. We made this card at my in-person camp last week. The iridescent ribbon. So I'm going to just do a simple knot because I want the ribbon on here and I want lots of ribbon, but I don't want to cover up that beautiful tree. So this ribbon is see-through and it has all the same colors as the paper and it has the same colors of the embellishments that we're going to add in just a second. So I'm just going to tie a knot right here. Not tight enough that it bends your card, but tight enough that it doesn't move. Those would be my cats. They're playing with each other. Sometimes they just run over the tops of all of the tables in my, like where my makeup is, where my hair stuff is, where my craft supplies are, where my jewelry is, and they just knock it all on the floor. It's a good thing I love them, right? Isn't that pretty? That there. Pop this on, and then one more, two more, I guess, little sparklies. I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. It's not this one, I don't think. They were in the camp things. I put my camp supplies in buckets, and I wanted one that hadn't been used for painting. And I'm just going to put it underneath here because it makes it look a little bit like snow. And it also, when you just use some Wink of Stella and don't cover the whole thing in it, or, you know, in glycerin solution, then it makes it a little bit more obvious. So see how it kind of has that sparkle? I know sometimes it's really hard to see on a video, but trust me, it makes the card beautiful. And then I have my iridescent faceted gems. I'm going to take the big one and pop it on the top of my tree. Look at how sparkly and beautiful that is. And I'm going to add the small ones to kind of the center-ish. I wanted there to be more centers of snowflakes than there really are, so just make one down there on the corner. Add one there, and then this one right here also needs a big one. It fits right inside that little hole. And there you go. It is sparkly, beautiful. Oh, and I guess on my other one, I have one right here too. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, this would be 5. You always want an odd number of embellishments. There we go. So for this card, they are going to turn out about all the same. I did take, I see now, from far away, I didn't see it. Now I don't know which, wrong one again. It's like a toddler tying their shoes. You would think half the time they'd be right. I did add a little bit of this. Again, not on the whole thing, because if you leave some without Stella, the Stella that is there kind of shines a little bit brighter. But otherwise, your cards, if you choose to do these for your Christmas cards, they'd all be the same. And what you could do is, like, if you had just this pack of paper, not all of the designs obviously are going to work. This one would work. This is the flip side. This green one would work. This plaid one would work. Or, you know, just use all of flip sides of paper that are like really they're the other sides. These are all the other side. That's what I call the side that's not the focal point. And then just base your cardstock to match. So if you use the red and green, then just switch all of it for red or green and then do it that way. So you wouldn't have to just get a bunch of paper to do this design. Make use of what you have. At this point in the season, a lot of you have papers that have the other side that are kind of just left, and they're not the ones that you're going to use. So make them with those. Everybody have a great day, and I'll catch you back here next week. Bye.